just as well as the last one. Close enough for government work, I'd say. One cycle landmo, please. Gotta hear game noises. Thanks, team. Let's see if I remember the ATower split this time. Alright, so pull up the differences and everything here. The main differences in Escape here are a lot of rooms where I didn't do any pumping at all, or a lot less than usual. First key guard strat's a little different. Ball and chain is a pretty big difference. But only 2.27 seconds slower than my optimal version, so not too bad. I think this is the first different room right here. I just didn't pump at all here, I'm pretty sure. Other than like the natural ones that you get from changing directions inputs. Didn't pump there either. In the room before. Do the upspin on this first key guard here as opposed to left slash. Only loses like 10 frames. This room sucks. And I couldn't get a good time on it. Didn't do the early risky spin on this guy, but did get the best RNG, obviously. This room is really hard to get a good time in because it's very hard to do it quickly and not leave the room without the key. So yeah, shoutouts to Joe D'Amelio for this ball and chain guard strat. This is my comfy place right here. One pot 4 slash is faster than this by like 15 frames or so. But the 14-20 key time and the chest turn, I had to keep it, you know. I think I had like 69 lag frames or something like that during the key as well. All the memes. I think I left the pumping in here, but this next screen here doesn't have any pumping on it. Or maybe it does. Just in the beginning, in the transition. This room I should have taken out. I should have done a different version of that. But I don't think it's too many frames different. Still 420 with the room fully loaded. Maybe even 419. This room's impossible, also. To get a good time in anyway. A lot of it relies on good lag frames, I guess. I don't know how you get less. Or what causes it, I should say. So yeah, there's no perfect RNG here, but it's still pretty good RNG. basic RTA strat there, not going for the snake gamble. I usually don't pump that right wall either, but here's where pumping actually matters in this water. I think I left the same key right here. Don't see any reason to take anything else. I'm gonna remember to split. So I do a safety slash there just to cover all the possible RNGs for the rat because I'm bad at reading and reacting to it. So yeah, 548.17. So I'll be grabbing Sand Cart, but I do grab it with a Chester at least. Which I think ended up being slower than my version without it, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, this version loses 4.5 seconds to the optimal. A lot of that is Sand Cart, which is like 3 seconds. Another second is the safety arrows. And the other half second's just better execution and strats. Yeah, Jake, this is RTA version. The pace spin and everything's there.
I'll do a private screening for you, Jake.
Yeah, no diagonal boom here, which only is like 2 frames different or something, and I could not get booming the key to be any faster, so. And that's what I do RTA anyway, is just walk and grab it. Yeah. Thanks, dude. I hope you caught the shoutouts and everything at the end as well. Oh yeah, this time is really good, by the way. I didn't mention that during the optimal version, but I think this was the fastest time on the room leaderboards at the time, anyway. I don't know if it still is. Once again, shoutouts to Jakey Numbers for teaching me how to do that, right? I didn't do anything different for that room because I didn't do any pumping here. This is pumpless. Only a few frames different. Didn't do any pumping here. Once again, only a few frames different. Spicy. And of course, top right. This is a really good time for top right, though. That's why I included it in the optimal version. 1043 with sync card, sweet. Alright, so this desert actually has quite a few differences, but only loses 2 seconds to optimal. I only tried going right here a few times, and I could not get it any faster. First major difference is no spin speed coming up here. Which, if you combine it with the fact that you're not holding the sword through the previous screen, it's only like half a second faster. But the one on the way back's like 40 frames, 45, something like that. So I do this one in RTA. It seems like it's such a small difference, but I think that one leaving is also way easier. So I do a slightly different setup on the previous screen, but still do somewhat of a push dash. And then the less risky dash there, but holding upright into that screen can help. Just like the guard bridge screen. Exactly, TM. Yeah, no risky desert one strat here, just the normal thing. And then doing the right to left poke here instead of a double left. And this is my RTA strat, which I got just as fast as going under and left of the BMOS. No Chester in here, but still pretty good dash cancel. And pumpless there, and also the previous run. What? You're not supposed to win. No dashes here, just hold down, right? And then no spin speed here. Also, no pumping here. That's more like it, Chalmers. I do a slightly safer strat here where you dash again. It just helps cover more RNGs with the popos. It is quite a bit slower, so. And then I just use the same landmouse. I do really like this buffer here, this menu buffer, right when the second landmount gets to the second animation state. I'm just firing immediately out of that. .05, almost 56. Oh, so yeah, safe exit there. Only loses like 15 frames over the Geldman dash. And then I do use some slightly different pathing here. I walk down. This is via Blunt Bunny. Sometimes you can get hecked up by the crab on the beach. Yeah, I don't arrow this pickle coming up here. I usually do an RTA though, so I mean it's something I could have put in here, but I just wanted to show the difference between them. Cancel that dash a little bit to the right of the stairs, so I had to like walk back to center. Yeah, this screen's just not very good. Dashing off there instead of quick hopping. I think I did no pumping here, yeah. And then my favorite thing for 2018 is Boomless Hera, which when I compared it to God Splice only loses 36 frames. And for myself, loses even less, so. And it's just brainless, like you don't have to think about anything at all. Super easy to execute. Yeah. You're forced into it then. Yeah, I have a video comparing the two that I'll throw up on YouTube. Super simple. I like using that buffer there to read the RNG of the mini molding. So this Hera loses 3.66 on optimal. Which I think probably the biggest chunk of is no early bomb jump. Oh yeah, I walk up there, which for me ties for the most part dashing. Most of the time it ties. Can't get dashing a little faster, but super easy bomb jump, but I did take the version where I don't have to bonk, but I do have to wait for the spike. There is some fancy manipulation you can do with the camera to actually get that spike to either dislodge from the chest or just be out of your way entirely so you don't have to wait on him, which is kind of nice. Saves quite a bit of time. Quick hop sucks. Should have put the dash off for the RTA version, but I didn't want to do 2 Moldorm fights. Bet. Okay. Alright. Yeah, biggest difference here, well, I guess the first one coming up anyway, is just the tree rupees difference. So instead of going for the bird dash, you just pull and then dash up on a very specific pixel area where you can grab that other blue rupee on the right and still be as far left as possible. And then I very meticulously make sure that I was aligned on the same coordinates when I entered all these screens. This screen is super tough. Just these very, very precise dashes. Yeah, Jake, I'm really happy that I did these 2 versions. Alright, later on, Chalmers. It was a lot of work, but at the same time, it kind of would have been silly to not do it. Because for a lot of the rooms, obviously I'm just going to be using the same room video anyway. And yeah, it looks a little funny in places, but I mean, it's a splice, you know? Like, it's not a perfect task or anything like that. So it's got a nice rustic feel to it, you know. Alright, will I remember to split for the tower? Get your bets in. I shouldn't have gotten that bush guard there because I'm pretty sure I got him in the overworld previously on the way to Hera. But presets and all that. And that's kind of the other thing about it, like, there's a little bit of give and take with it to where, yeah, some things work out a little better because you're using presets. Like, for instance, you're going to get a lot less lag on some screens because you're not playing it from start to finish. But there's also some odd differences, like with prize packs and stuff like that. I didn't worry about that too much, so there's a small difference there, just dashing up the left side of that lobby. Doesn't lose too much. But yeah, doing this version too just made me really solidify what strats I'm going to go for in RTA and what's worth it for me. There's a strat that I used to do here at RTA where I would dash down and then dash left, which loses like 15 frames or so. Maybe a little bit more. But it's a little bit safer if you struggle with that movement, but after doing this theory test, I'm pretty comfortable with the optimal movement there. Yeah, the suicide pot dash here is just silly. I didn't do a key dash here, because obviously in RTA I wouldn't, but I do go for this in RTA, so I felt like it was legit in including that. I do the beam kill there instead of the arrow kill. Having the buffer to boomerang there for circle of bots is super nice. This statue room is so weird. Like, the fact that you're moving up a little bit before you move down, just so you can have the diagonal movement to push the statue faster. Really interesting. And then lots of diagonal movement there, cutting the corners. Okay, remember to split, remember to split, remember to split. Well, that backfired, Moogle. Cool. Sorry. Yo, thanks for the good luck. I hope to press my split key at all the right times. Alright, so obviously just walking up here in the entrance, it's only a few frames difference. Two frames. Alright, so something I wanted to show off the next time through this junction here with the jelly was the bad RNG that you can get sometimes. And shoutouts to Timon for this strat. But if he's in your way like that, he's up top, you can press B and Y at the same time to slash and plant the bomb. As long as you do it fast enough, I'm pretty sure you can always beat him before he electrifies. So, wanted to put that in there to show it off. It's a really cool strat. Bomb slash. Something I never do in RTA is dash up to this key chest here. It's really only a difference of a few frames. Maybe more than 10. I should probably be more accurate, but it's really not that much slower. And if you miss the quick hop or bonk on the chest or cancel your dash too early, you're probably evening out the time anyway. So only one bomb pickup here, because that's what I do RTA. I may go to 2 bomb, I'm not sure. It's really not that bad to pick up the other bomb, and being able to skip the one in Thieves Town is pretty nice. It's like 40 frames or something. 2 bombs is stupid. I mean, it's not that bad. You only take one, you have plenty of time to sword. That's true. I do like sword buffering. Interesting on there. But yeah, I just pump up to the chest there and use the pause buffer to the arrows at that point to make sure that I'm on a good pixel to shoot left to hit the crystal switch. I have to use one extra menu this time. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. But yeah, walking up here and then walking afterwards is like anywhere from 0 to 3 frames difference. And if you cut your dash over to the right short or grab the wall or any of that shit, it's gone. 300 frames difference, got it. Precisely. So I did not do the key dash here. I just walk up, hammer, dash, cancel, slash. Crud! Create, read, update, please. There's one place you save like a full second with a frame roll. Oh, you didn't realize there had been commentary the entire time? Rip Jake. For 119 Splice, yeah. I look forward to it, FSG. Just dash through turtles, get up. Yeah. I think I have done that, just fucking around in practice before, but... You should probably go back and watch and listen to everything, Jake. I had some special words for you. Oh, I got some. Nice. Yeah, 559.03, which was like a second off of the optimal version, so not that bad at all. Nah, I wanted to make it known to everyone, dude. I want the world to hear it. I'm not gonna tell them our safe word, though. Yeah, and I'll probably take a little bit of a break on the stream after this is over, but I'll definitely fired it up from time to time and re-show these things. Oh yeah, so walking down here and dashing left as opposed to dashing down and dashing left is really not that much slower. I think barely more than... What did I get it? I think like 3 or 4 frames? 4 to 5 frames, I think it was. I tend to prefer walking in a lot of places where you would otherwise do very, very short dashes that very often are not worth it. So I tend to work those in a lot. Like in Hera in the safety switch room, walking up there, walking down there, etc., etc. Oh yeah. Walking under the rope outside pause, another 119 strat. I love that we actually have a category for these meme strats now. Oh yeah, these are 119 strats. You wouldn't do this. Okay, let's see. So yeah, there was obviously no early dash on the peg bridge. And the no dash down southeast of Flute Boy. And like I said, I only got the spin dash here like 5 frames faster, so... Just item dash, man. Oh yeah, I also timed not hammer dashing there, which is actually tough in its own regard because you have to cancel the dash like right next to the peg and then time the hammer pretty well after that. But it's really not that much slower to not hammer dash there. If you like accidentally miss your first hammer dash but you are still charging a dash, you should probably just dash down as opposed to like retrying the hammer dash 1,000 times. Let's see. Yeah, really not. There's only like 4 more things that are different in this segment. Yeah, FSG, I think I do remember... I think I did practice beating that spark. And I do know it's possible, but I think when I timed it, it was slower somehow. So I don't know if I was doing something wrong, or what the deal with that is. Okay, so yeah, hammering that pot and the switch there is one of the differences. I don't remember exactly how many frames that was, but... Yeah, this version is going to grab this bomb coming up here. And we're going to be walking the green mile here. Look at all these frame perfect dashes. Walking makes me feel good. Always walk to the middle here as well. And the red guy will never screw you over, as long as the blue jelly below isn't electrifying. Yeah, I do the RTA strat, just walk to the right here and hammer. And hammering's good if the style post is in the way too. It's not faster, no. It's just a lot easier to line up with the middle of the cell door. I'm pretty sure just walking straight left is faster, as long as you are lining up in the middle and not nudging. Yeah. Even though, like, in that example, I'm pretty sure I still nudge on the cell doors coming out. It's just a really precise area. It's really tough. I also do that after Mire Big Key. If you warp back, I just hold diagonal there to line up with the door. The difference is so minimal, it's just a few frames, really. Something I should have fixed in here was this strat right here. Normally in RTA, when I throw this bomb, I slash down and then dash left. And I don't know if I just didn't record that or what. Also, I usually walk down the stairs there, but it also is really simple to just hold up left and jump off the ledge. And it's pretty much just as fast. No meme strat here. Oh yeah, the other thing was walking down after that 300 hut to the tree line. Definitely always do that, because you're gonna always be at least at the bottom, pretty much at the bottom of the tree line, as far down as you can be on that screen, which is good for the dash right, maximizing that one. Is that hope? Oh, I took bad RNG here, but what I do to avoid the bad RNG is just double tap the dash. I think what some people do is just they walk up a little bit more before they start their dash, or they have some other timing mechanism, but if you just kind of double tap your dash, it's enough of a hesitation. Once again, fuck this room forever and ever. Remove it from the game. It doesn't need to exist. Actually, it would be sweet if if you could just, if you didn't have to use the statue for the switch, and you could just actually make the timing to where when you dash and hit the switch, the door stays open long enough. So yeah, no early bomb jump here. And I do bonk, but I'm pretty sure that was like one of the earliest frames that you can get boosted over, so didn't really lose too much over not bonking. Overall, the differences here were 2.66 seconds, so not too bad. Found one good one? Sweet. It's better than 0. Yeah? So yeah, I don't light that thing from the left, which doesn't really make that much of a difference. I also pick up the left pot here because it's super easy to just hold upright afterwards. And then shoutouts to Joe D'Amelio for the hallway strat here. Same, Timon. Same, dude. I also don't do that dash, that timing dash after the key there, which somehow mysteriously is faster. But... Same moth fighting. Because I work so damn hard for it, so it's gonna be in both versions, damn it. Let's remember to split. Right, 514.03. First difference here is walking into the bird as opposed to dashing at it. And then I'm also going to do a safer dash here where I just hug the right side and then pause buffer the mirror and then walk into the quick warp. Flag blood. Picking up this rock from the top, as opposed to the left. It's really just a few frames difference, not a big deal. And then no meme strat here. I don't know if I will go for this in RTA or not. I need to practice it a little bit more and just get more familiar with the window for it. I think with a little bit of practice it's definitely worth going for. Real speedrunners grab the rock from the top. This movement's actually a little bit different from what I do, or from what I did, I guess, in runs previously, but just another thing that this process taught me. Even though the screen is still not great. Day to call me. Slightly different strat in this penguin's room here. Instead of doing TM strat. That's a really weird looking transition. But I went back and looked at it and it's supposedly correct, so yeah, I didn't do the D-boost here, but still pretty early bomb plants. Pretty risky, actually. Probably not necessarily would go that risky in RTA, but it seems suspicious. Yes, it may be spliced. Those guys don't do anything anyway. All corrupt. Shoutouts to game audio. Lonely Firebar strat, I end with a dash instead of the slash, which is way more lenient, and it does lose like half a second, but it's pretty hard to miss. Yeah, we do hammers on all the bots here, even though it's a little bit slower. And then good old 6-slash. I do like the double slash there for timing. That's pretty nice 6-slash there where you don't have to move at all. Yeah. Magic seems good. Well, to the frame, ice is like a 607.03, so it's like right on the border. But yeah, walking into the bird there is the first RTA difference. You should always walk into the bird as opposed to standing still where you can. Which does save like a little over 10 frames versus just standing still. No hammer dash dare. Do exactly one hammer dash in swamp. Yep, no quick warps here either. See, the difference here is quite a lot actually. I think this segment has the biggest delta, except apart from GTower, which is mostly just the hover. Yeah. So this segment is plus 6.2 on optimal. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? But I think part of that comes from let's see. Well, the quick warps are probably actually a pretty good chunk of it. And no fire red quick kill. Grabbing the bomb and restock is like half a second, honestly. Yeah, walk to all these key pots. I guess we just recently learned that, you know, through Tampa tassing it, that picking up the pots is actually faster, but pretty much only if you are a tass. That's really good, Jake. Dude, that live test of that was so awesome to watch. He did that so fast. Like that was almost just that was pretty much just as impressive as watching some of the rooms themselves. But I suppose after, you know, spending hours and hours and hours and hours doing it, you would get pretty good at it. But yeah, that was a joy to watch. Also, what's up, Zero Rush? How's it going, man? Let's see what else is different here. Yeah, obviously no hammer dashes until just before big key. That's the only one. And that one I don't think really even saves that much either, so I don't know. Could do hammer dashless swamp, I suppose. Scrivo, I said the same thing. yeah, I saw that. I said the same thing this morning. Because Harry was like, because he submitted his 125, and he's like, so, how many runs are in queue right now? I'm like, oh, I don't think there are too many. Like, last time I looked, there was like under 10 or something. When I checked, there was like 20. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's a slightly safer strat there. After you hit that key, is just dashing off of that ledge. It loses quite a bit though, so I may actually switch that. I know it's on, right? Or Eddie. Like, he's verified like 2 runs. Yeah. Well, he asked for it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm bored all the time, you know, like I often have just a bunch of time, so I mean, I guess probably now he's just focusing on CS:GO. Maybe that's taking up a lot of his time." I do grab the bomb here, which loses like half a second, I think. Yeah. Ooh, the silent zero cycle. The stealthy zero cycle. With the spin kill at the end. To trigger Teemo. But yeah, I don't do the fire rod quick kill RTA, it's just not worth it for me, that 1 second. I don't know, Jake. Like, I couldn't actually, like, properly time it. When I compared my own execution against Josh's, yeah, it was, like, around a second. No, it's a second, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Mire's really not that much different, actually. Or, I mean, it has a lot of differences, but it's only 4.3 seconds of differences. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, I put the wrong things in there. I think I mixed up... I think I mixed up this, because this was supposed to go in the optimal version, I think, of Mire, and then the spin dash version was supposed to go in the RTA. I may have to go back and fix that. Shite. Calendar-wise, how long did this task take? 2 months? What the fuck was I doing? This bird dash is quote-unquote free though, so I did it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I'll have to go back and look at that. This may not be the final version. Okay, I do walk into the bird there. That's good. That's kind of different from what I actually do in RTA. I usually buffer at the edge of the pit and not on the dash up there. So I think I could have changed. The classic final version 2.0, yeah. Yeah. Man, doing all the timing and math and exporting again though. I'm definitely gonna go over it with a fine tooth comb if I'm gonna make any fixes. We shall see. That's a really good jelly key, 449. No mean lightning. Oh shit. That's just slots. So I menu buffer here, which is a small difference, but really isn't any time difference necessarily. It's just to check the RNG or help with that dash of, check the RNG of the fire snake or just help with the dash in general. What segment has the biggest delta between RTA version and your actual golds? That is a good question. And one that I did not actually do a comparison of, so. Yeah, so dashing off the ledge there, and then using the hook shot here, it's a little bit different. I don't know if did I grab the backup magic pot, or do I just have that for just no reason here? I'm not sure if I do or not. But yeah, I'll have to go back and compare those. So yeah, no stupid rod dash bonk here, just the normal buffer and turn around strat, and then just walking here for this spooky strat. Super simple. And then walking here as well, which really isn't that much slower. 6:19 is pretty good time. And then I had to go back and change this because this is what I do in RTA. I don't dash all the way to the edge of the pit there and buffer to the bow. I just buffer to bow and fight here. So this Vidi fight I think ended up being slightly slower than the optimal. What's with no Mire at the end of Vidi? Mostly because what happens pretty often is I'll end up firing 7 arrows or something, and then menuing, and then having to menu back. And then there's also the risk of, you know, accidentally just pressing Y again if you're like, oh shit, I only shot 7, and then you don't remember to actually menu again back to it. Sorry, I had to split. Yeah, because, you know, mirroring out would be pretty bad there. So, I don't really do the mirror to menu at the end of any boss fights. A lot of top runners do, but it's just not for me. I would rather do it at the beginning of this segment. Yep. So let's see. I don't think there's really been any difference so far. I don't know if I took out the stair climb or not, but I definitely don't do that OTO. I mean, you gotta leave in the Waffle House drive-thru. So I still do the Quake Dash here, but I don't do it for the super speed aspect of it. I just do it for the first frame ledge hop, since you're still in the glitch state. So if you touch a ledge, you'll just jump off instantly. Yo, Ari, what up, dude? Yep, 120.38. And now we get to listen to the repeating unit. I think we're just gonna do that. Yeah, well, I mean, I also took, like, there were a lot of things that he made a lot more realistic than I did. So, and then there was also the fact that I have a lot less lag in some of the screens, because this wasn't played, like, from start to finish. A lot of presets were used. So, it's not exactly a fair comparison. But I was still actually really surprised how close it was. And obviously really happy with how close it was. I left in this strat, but probably shouldn't have. I should probably put it in 2-block, since that's what most often happens in RTA, but that strat's just so sexy. It's hard to let it go. I also didn't grab arrows here, although I probably should. But whatever. Let's just assume I got a friendly drop somewhere or something, you know, like in pod or whatever. Or a 10 drop in mix. Magically 17. It's the magic of splicing, man. Yeah, no cane dash here on the way out. I think I noted that. No cane dash. Next game. Okay, 1. Dash gaming. Yeah. Let's go. good stuff. We'll just have to go back and watch it. Oh yeah, something I probably didn't mention when it happened, but in the very first torches room, something I do for RTA is menu to bombs and drop the last bomb in the void to get the automatic switch to fire rod, because part of my RTA strats is picking up this bomb at the end here, because I do not do the cane dash in RTA, I just do the strat instead, which is super simple. And I always pick up that bomb, so it says I have 2, but in RTA I would actually have 1 here. And I do skip the heart and grab magic here, because I mean I wouldn't grab the heart to fill up the beams for Trinex in RTA. Yeah, TRock overall difference was plus 3.2 on the optimal version. If you go from 4 to 5 or 8 to 9, yeah, that makes sense. I probably wouldn't be able to realize that in the moment unless I were really concentrating. But yeah, that's a good guide. 6 flat on the crystal catch, so yeah, this is like a 647.7, which is pretty heckin' good. If you plan on taking it from Trinex, probably just switch to a different game. Let's go play Mario. So I was finishing this up last night and I opened the GTower file, the version, my project file for the Splice basically, and I opened it up and it's the risky version and it does not have any of the RTA stuff in it, and I was like moving stuff around and like transferring stuff between folders and things, and I must have just overwrote it or just lost it somehow, so I had to completely redo this last night, which really wasn't that bad, but this is hot off the presses RTA version of GTower. Yeah, definitely a lot of hours went into this, like just apart from the video alone, which was like 121 hours or something. A lot of time went into the actual video editing and stuff. Yeah, the worst is like when you can feel it just about to crash too, and you know it's going to happen, and you're like, well, I know I just clicked on this button and now I'm screwed. Alright, so no spike skip here. Obviously I got the torch key, which just walking after you grab the torch key is pretty much just as fast as dashing. I didn't do the stair climb on the entry either. And then a normal sane strat there, and a double crystal switch. Bonking over the fire snake here is the difference. Oh yeah, sweet, good stuff. I just hold down here for this warp tile, which only loses like 6 frames over like a perfect hook. I do this menu buffer here in this room, shout out to Joe D'Amelio, to make sure I don't walk into the warp. And if I see that I'm too low, I can just like tap up an A to bonk over. And then this Ice Armos is a little bit different because I do 3-2-1 as opposed to 2-2-2. But it's a pretty sick time for a 3-2-1. It has a nice little surprise at the end. You want to get as close as possible to these Armos for many reasons. Mostly so that your arrows can hit as soon as possible, but also you can get deboosts into doors sometimes, which saved me 2 frames. And yeah, I don't have beams for this room, but it's really not that big of a deal. The arrow here really doesn't lose that much over beam. It's totally RTA viable. That could absolutely happen to me in RTA. Maybe not intentionally, but it could certainly happen. Shoutouts to Joe D'Amelio for that Mimics 1 strat. Shoutouts to Blunt Bunny for this Mimics 2 strat. And then slightly more sane strat here where you dash up to the pot and go above the switch. And then I just walk in GBZ. Easy peasy every time. Yeah, no mirror mix. I should have put that in the optimal version, honestly, as opposed to grinding out the 3/. This gauntlet is entirely the same as from optimal because, I mean, it's all the same strats that I do. It's just really, really good RNG. Except maybe here. Like, I maybe necessarily wouldn't do that. Dash out, going above the BMOS like that, but it's a good one that saves time. The optimal RNG here, and then using the momentum from your very last slash to get you farther left and closer to the door. Good stuff. So for Fusda Bridge, I walk to the right here and pause buffer to try to make sure I land on one of the good pixels to dash up. One of the ones that are more likely for you to not get screwed over. I think there's 2 or 3 pixels that are like 99%, but no pixel is 100%. Ha! That's hilarious, Jake. Yeah, Ari, I probably shouldn't have, because you're right. In RTA, I absolutely would have. I would have walked if I see the guard do that. Walking that torches room is not that much slower, by the way. It's like 10 frames. And then I think I do safe strat. No, I don't do safe strat here because I don't do that RTA anymore. So valid. I do the safe strat here though. And then we're gonna kill the worm. Never ever would I hover RTA. And that is the biggest chunk of time loss, is not hovering. It's like 7 seconds right there. Same ATower fight and everything. But yeah, RTA strats here, 11.5 seconds basically, but if you subtract the hover, it's like 4.5, so really not that bad. Oh, you haven't seen the Ganon fight yet? Interesting. She says lots of some Mario blocks, yeah. I love this hook shot here too, and just the fire sitting above my head. This is the game music, Foxy. What are you talking about? This is the original soundtrack you're listening to. So yeah, I get the God RNG where I can just open with the triple here. So I didn't necessarily have to go for a cape spin to make it a 139. With the Couragasm. Can we expect a 125 right now in a run? From who? Not me. Not for a while. I gotta do at least like 2 runs before that happens. 120 first try runs. But that wouldn't be RTA. And there we go. Yo, thanks for all the GGs, everyone. Appreciate it. Yo, Big Boo, thanks for the 5 bits. So yeah, that's that. Apparently I need to look into some Mire differences, but yeah. No, this was the RTA version where I do a lot of more safer strats than the other version. But I just streamed a version right before this that is, let's see, what was the final delta? Like 39 or something like that? 38? Oh no, 47.8, sorry. So yeah, this is 47.8 seconds slower than the other version. So it's just crazy to think about. My strats only lose that much, but also at the same time lose that much. It's a weird game. But yeah, that's the debut of the theory tests, both versions. Yeah, I might do some cleanup on some things afterwards. We'll see, but I didn't actually bother like recording this yet because I'm gonna probably make some sort of like soundtracked version with splits and everything to upload to YouTube. Yeah, I agree, Ari. Also, Mike the Viewer getting that 125 with his safe strats and also getting Saha rupees was very inspirational. Yo, nice. The sword up sound was still there. That's cool. That's where the final split should be right there. Is on Link and Uncle sword up. Wow. You cut Mike the V by a whole second. Sweet, dude. But yeah, in that paste bin I have a lot more information on the run and stuff if you want to read about it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this. It was a lot of fun to put together. It was a lot of work, but I'm really proud of the product that it turned into, so I'm gonna let these credits play out, and then I'm actually gonna cut the stream for a little bit because I definitely have a lot of stuff to do around here. I definitely need to give the machine a little bit of a break and I don't want to completely stop the streams, like keeping them going throughout the days and stuff, and having like different music themes, because it's really been a lot of fun. Like these past couple of weeks, streaming and hanging out with everyone, pretty much all day, every day. So I don't want to lose that entirely. But I need to figure out a good way to kind of offload some of this to my other machine, so that I can actually not have stuff conflict while I work on other projects and things. So yeah, I definitely want to keep them going, and I'll definitely be doing runs, obviously. Definitely a little bit of practice before I jump into any runs, but yeah, definitely need to get some runs down. I want to get that 125. Need to get to 125. I need to move on to getting 29, 28 in OEG probably. Maybe do some all dungeons. But yeah, I have some non-video game related projects and stuff to work on as well. But I don't know, this streaming stuff really interests me, and automating it would be a really fun project to work on. So if I can find the time and resources and money to do it, I will definitely do it. You guys can read the pastebin for like all the detailed shoutouts and everything, but just general shoutouts to anyone who just hung out at all, you know, was around at all during the process, or dropped by the stream, or just said anything whatsoever. You know, just you guys hanging out really kept me going and made this process really fun. It was definitely a grind, but it was well worth it. I learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too. I'll keep the bot connected to chat at least, so that you guys can continue gambling, and I'll turn trivia and stuff back on. Man, I've been exposed to so much good music over the past couple weeks too. Like I can't give that up entirely, you know. Gambling forever. Let's find someone to host, I guess, huh? Yo, thanks a lot, TM. Appreciate it, man. Alright, I think we're gonna raid the Mutt. He certainly doesn't need it, because he's a big time streamer right now, but he's a rad dude. and he has some sick ass emotes. So, yo, thanks, Jake. It means a lot to me, man. Alright, until next time, guys. Peace out. Take care.